What room did you guys say you were in again?
What room am I in?
Yeah. Did you miss that throwback to your comedy pod? Sorry. That was too over the top.
I knew what you meant.
I know you did, because you almost died. I almost killed Jeremy right there on the show for right off the top. But we're back, everybody. Well, three of us. Three of us are back.
I'm just going to let you guys talk. I'm going to smile and nod.
Please don't die. Please don't keel over.
Jeremy lost his voice yelling at children at baseball practice.
So a little context.
No context.
No, we understand.
Time for one of those coughing fits. We don't need to hear anymore.
They were like laughing at me because like I sounded like when this feed gets distorted and it sounds like robot voice, like that's how I sounded. I've been drinking a lot of water. Anyway, no one cares about that. They don't care about my voice. They will maybe after an hour of it. But
what else
big
is
week
there to
here,
talk
boys.
about?
Yeah, a couple of weeks since we last recorded at the end of the cup. A lot has happened.
Like a lot.
Like 23 plus trades. And that's not including the trades at the draft for like positions. Oh. No, I mean at the draft.
Gotcha.
It has been a wild start to the offseason. So I don't know where you guys want to start. Whether you want to start with trades or whether you want to start with the sign behind Gary there up over his shoulder.
Well, I think first overall pick. I'd like to talk about that. Get you guys' thoughts on it.
Any other year, it would be the only big thing to talk about. Right?
Yeah. Also, we would be remiss if we didn't comment on the production of the draft itself.
What do you mean, Jeremy? It was amazing.
So I'm not going to bash Justin Bieber. I'm not. When people can be a fan of Justin Bieber, that's fine. I have no problem. It was just like it starts off with him strutting down like he's doing a WWE entrance from like the back of the arena, and he's walking through the middle of the floor and he's doing, hey, oh, how's it going, buddy? Yeah. And he's doing all that stuff with like the other like potential, draft eligible players and everything. And he's walking and doing that while his song's playing, not really saying much, but the camera's on him for a long time. And then he gets up on stage and it looks like he's about to like perform one of his songs. It's supposed to be the Leafs pick.
That would have made it so much better.
Would have been great. And then I don't remember you guys might remember the words, but there was barely much, like there was not much said. And then he's standing there with Bettman there, and then Bettman says, with the Leafs are going to make their pick or whatever. And he just does the long, and he leans into Bettman and says something to him, and then he does the whole...
Do I do it now?
yeah, do I do it now?
Yeah, I thought he forgot what he was supposed to say or something, right? Like he leaned into Bettman and he's like, what do we do?
Do I do my song now? And
never say never.
And then you just get the slow turn, and then you just no intro, no nothing, just Mr. McKenna.
We would like to draft you to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Cool.
Just the NHL, man, just tops itself with the cringe every year.
But you know what? Read the comments of any of the clips on like Instagram or on Reddit. We might be in the minority that hated it.
Oh, are we the old guys that don't like it?
We
People
might be the
it?
old guys yelling at the clouds.
In a world where the GMs and stuff aren't going to be there, and your options are something like this or Gary Bettman, it's like you get Justin Bieber or Will Arnett.
Yeah,
your choices.
Maybe John Hamm.
And in this case, at least it is a super fan of the team who actually knows and cares what's going on, as opposed to somebody mispronouncing, calling it the NFL.
NFL draft. That was funny. I to your point, Gary, I was going to say The only thing I thought he is a legit big fan of the team. So it's like,
yep.
And like I say, it's not really him. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm the old guy. You're right, Matt. Like, I just miss the iconic photo they all have. The player goes up, he pulls the jersey on, puts the hat on, puts his arm around the owner, the coach, the GM, whoever it is. Maybe there's a kid standing there, one of the whatever, and they all stand in line. They get the picture, and they show that for the rest of the career. And McKenna's picture is him on a couch with Justin Bieber.
Well, there is a standing picture with him and Bettman and Bieber. Right. So it is there. But this comes back to the distributed draft change they made. Last year they did the Sphere, right? Wasn't that just last year? Or was that 2 years ago? Yeah. And the Sphere carried the draft because it was new and unique. It was different. It was such a venue, right? But even then, they had, hey, buddy.
You keep going.
They had, even then, they had like celebrities and people come out and introduce the draft pick. But this time they didn't have the venue of the Sphere. The Sphere? I'm saying that weird.
The Sphere, yeah.
And so it kind of fell a little flat, right? But I mean, Bettman has been on the record many times saying he would prefer to go back to the old way. So this is one thing I don't pin on him. Like, this was done at the direction of the GMs and the owners. So, and Bettman has made it very clear, like after the criticism last year of this was not my call. I'm doing what the board of governors asks me to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
which is the owners. So
yeah,
so he's done a lot of terrible things for the league. He's also grown the league a lot, but this one's not on him. He would much rather have that old style of all the tables on the floor. The GM gets up, announces the pick, or a representative from the team or whatever.
Yeah.
So if the result of this is we have a horribly boring, hard to watch draft, but the benefit is that the management teams have all this extra time to sit around and make 23 trades, then I'm willing to take that trade off.
Yeah. I used to see like people walk over to other tables and like whisper in ears, and you're like, oh, something's going down. And it's like,
I know.
Now, like, this one kind of got spoiled because the Leafs, in my opinion, did the right thing. They called McKenna before Bieber called his name. Like, they called him on the phone and they told him so that it could be Chaika and like telling McKenna himself, like, we are drafting you. So, in my opinion, another win for our new GM, who's been honestly pretty good so far, in my opinion. We'll get into the trades later. But like that was doing the right thing by McKenna. Like, give him a private time, one-on-one, tell him you're going to take him.
Yeah.
And then let Bieber go up and do his show or whatever, right?
I get a kick out of David Amber. I was watching the Sportsnet feed, and he didn't like understand that. So,
he's like, yeah, he's like, what? Yeah. Something's happening.
It's he's like, oh, Gavin McKenna's getting a phone call?
Maybe it's the San Jose Sharks.
Well, I thought,
let's ask Jeff Merrick.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry, I love Jeff.
Too soon.
Yeah.
He probably made a lot of money on Polymarket though, because he's probably still connected. I got second guessing in my head because he like started getting emotional. I thought, I wonder if they called to tell him like, we're not taking you, number one. Like, we're gonna draft Steinberg instead or whatever. So
it's all on camera.
Could you imagine? Yeah. But anyway, the Leafs the Leafs released like the audio of that phone call, like in their behind the scenes show they do, the Blueprint or whatever. And it's a pretty good watch if you like seeing kids get emotional.
Oh yeah, you can like listen to the phone call.
Yeah, they recorded it on the Toronto side. Okay. Call him like, oh, hey Gavin, it's John Chaika or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I can barely hear you. He's like, yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you. Welcome to the team. We're happy you're here. Blah 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 blah, and then obviously all the thanks and stuff.
Right,
it's all there to be recorded.
And then he goes, and here's Matt Sundin, and he sounds kind of like you, Jay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wait, was it you, Jeremy, the whole time?
It was me. Yeah, hi, Jeremy here for the Bush League Hockey Podcast.
Somehow he got your phone number.
Yeah.
To put a pin on the Bieber thing, I think too that he has a song called Yukon or something that Gavin McKenna requested as his walk-up song.
Oh, really?
Ahead of time.
So McKenna was
I didn't know
asked
that.
Yeah. So McKenna was asked if you could have any celebrity announce your pick, who would it be? Like a while ago, and he said Justin Bieber. And then Bieber does have a song called Yukon, which is where McKenna's from. So
I really am the old guy who doesn't know anything. He's just mad.
But you were right. Like Bieber is really in with the Leafs, like in with Matthews. He's designed their reverse retro jersey or their flip side jersey or whatever they call it. Anyway,
yeah, right.
Like the yellow ones. So I mean, he is what like Drake is to the Raptors, almost like a team ambassador. You know what I mean? Like anyway,
that's fair.
They had Bieber there as like the big celebrity, and then they had a couple of the Buffalo Bills guys there. But I think
that was really awkward, in my opinion. For
the real star of the whole thing, I think, was that woman who was drafted by the San Jose PWHL team.
Yeah,
that was cool.
They got really excited for her.
Yeah,
didn't really explain why, but
no,
I'm guessing some U.S. national thing or something.
She did the picks. She announced the trade at one point, and yeah. So. But yeah, I feel I didn't know any of that. I really am the old guy just yelling about nothing. But
how many feel bad?
How many years are we going to sit through a draft like this before they decide to take this the way of the NHL awards and just go for their viral moment?
Oh my goodness!
Some kid walks into his bedroom and John Chayka's there sitting in the corner.
Going through his childhood photos.
Pass me your phone.
No.
Yeah. Babcock, I have no problem with that.
Good segue to our next topic, which is last time we talked, it was just a rumor, and now it's official.
It's official.
Babcock is the coach. I can't even believe it. And his press conference, man, was something else. Like you don't expect him to come in and be like apologetic or like talk down what he did, but like he might be a problem for Edmonton at some point. Like I don't know if he's really learned his lesson.
No, there is zero.
If there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah.
I think if you were to ask him, there's no lesson to be learned with the way he conducted himself. You're right. Like, you know, and even some of his comments about how, you know, when he talked with the core leadership group and how they said, you know, they want to win and all that. And he said, well, that's great. But like in the fall, we got to do what we need to do to win. Are you prepared to do that? Just very ominous coming from him.
Yeah.
So, but there's no way this happens without, I mean, that's McDavid, right? That's McDavid bought into this and saying he's, I think, the guy we need. He's tried a lot of other stuff. And if we've learned anything about Babcock, it feels like a long, long time ago now, but before all the drama, he was considered a very good coach, but he also coached good teams. Like he coached Team Canada, you know, he coached the Red Wings, which were a very good team.
But some of those Red Wings have come out now and said he's the worst coach they've ever played for.
Yeah.
So
like
how much of it, like you said, was just the good team, right?
Right. So I don't know. I'm curious to see, like, how does that, you know, two elite
Edmonton is a
players
good
in the
team,
league.
though. So
they're what?
They are, like, Edmonton is a good team. So, I mean.
Exactly. That's kind of like, it's kind of why I'm, you know, I think, like, I wonder how this goes. And he's got, you know, two of the top two players in the league, or, you know, top, wherever you want to rank it. But, like, they're, you know, like, maybe it's going to be a bit different than how it went, you know, since his Detroit days.
I think of all of them, it's probably Tristan Jarry who's been waking up at night in the sweats.
Oh, no. I didn't even think about their goaltenders. Oh, no. Like, I'm sure he's not going to be too critical of McDavid or Draisaitl unless they really sandbag it a game or something like that. But
they may become a target. They better hire.
And if Darnell Nurse is still there next season.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They better hire a goalie coach who can get in between Babcock and the goalies.
What a job.
Take the brunt of that.
Yeah. What a job that would be, eh?
And like also Babcock and Bouchard. I think that's going to be an interesting thing to watch as well. It's the golden goose, but also the...
Was he around during Jake Gardner's last little bit or Luke Schen's last couple of years, his first stint through Toronto? I can't remember.
Question.
Because that might be Evan Bouchard. Like high risk, high reward. Like Luke Schenn could bomb it, could hit people, but he was terrible in the turnovers. I don't know why I said Jake Gardner. He wouldn't have been there. He was gone before that, but maybe Luke Schen's first stint. Anyway, they talked to Zach Hyman, who did play for him in Toronto, and he had nothing but positive things. So
that's the interesting one to me was Hyman. Yeah. Hyman was there for that and thought it was great. So, Yeah,
but Hyman's the grinder. He's the work hard guy, which Babcock will like, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's the people like the Mariners of the world and the Bouchards of the world who he's going to come down hard on for effort.
Yeah. Like, I'm curious, like, is he going to start fighting with McDavid? Like, are they going to, what I mean?
I can't wait. Drive him right into Toronto's open arms. Just let's go. Like
Babcock, you want him back, you mean?
Yes, that's who I meant in that conversation. And then he'll bring Draisaitl with him. They'll sign for like $5 million each or something. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Bump McKenna to the second line.
Okay. Done.
Yeah. So, that's it. That's, I can't wait. That's one of the big things I'm excited to watch unfold. I guess like, just talking about the draft too, like, I guess getting back to that, like, holy cow, San Jose.
Yep.
Man, like, unbelievable. Like, you look at the young play, like high prospect players they have with the emergence of Celebrini to build around. It's like they're going to be a few years and no one's going to be talking about Dallas and the Avalanche and the Wild. They're going to be talking about the Sharks.
Yep.
It's like,
they'll be the number one team on everybody's trade list in about 4 years.
Oh, my goodness. I hope the cap keeps going up. I mean, the thing that I've always hated is the good teams. It's so hard to keep them together. And now that the cap's kind of going a different way and their revenues and all that, and they're able to increase it, and I hope it keeps going because, like, you like to see cores like that hopefully be able to stay together and all that type of stuff, right? But,
so one of the reasons San Jose had such a good draft is they picked up like the 9th overall pick from Ottawa for William Eklund. Like, I didn't see that coming.
I know.
Did you guys, like, I thought he was good for them last year. Like, what happened?
Yeah. That's
what do you
the
think,
moment
Gary? You
when
have some thoughts? Yeah.
That's the moment when I realized, they're going to keep the pick and draft Stenberg.
Yes, exactly. Yes, they weren't moving off it then too.
Yeah.
So you got 2 in the top 10.
Oh man, and like
at the end of a season where they actually they were, it was a pretty good season for them for like the position that team is in. It's like not like they almost bottomed out and got 2 top 10 picks. It's like they're on the rise already.
Yeah. Like, look out. I think, I mean, you're seeing, we've talked lots about Montreal, they get the young Habs.
They're going to be so scary. Oh my
East,
goodness.
and you get the Sharks and yeah.
So how about them Florida Panthers?
Why? What happened?
Oh, I don't know.
Speaking of the 9th overall pick.
Nice. Nicely done.
How do they do stuff like this? How do they just keep signing and trading for people? I don't get it. Anyway, they're a menace to play against, and now they're going to be worse because they picked up Hathaway, which is a problem, from Philadelphia. They picked up Gudas today from Anaheim, which he didn't play anything like down the stretch and he's getting there, but like he is that image of Gudas when he was a Panther before, like hanging over wall in the playoffs, still haunts my nightmares. And then of all that, obviously they pick up Brady Tkachuk about a week ago. And it's like that whole situation in Ottawa was just terrible, but how do you, oh my goodness. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I can't even see how far. So Florida has, this goes up to 2029 and they have no first round picks.
They've sacrificed everything for this team right now.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, it's not like Brady Tkachuk. We talk about, you think of him as he's a big name player. He's, you think of him as a superstar. He has never had the production that Matthew Tkachuk has. But if you think about the way Florida plays, and it's like when I think of Florida, it's like,
right?
Yeah, they're so good because they previous to this year, they were so hard to play against, and they were just so like imposing and whatever. You didn't necessarily think about the incredible skill or the whatever. It was just by committee and it was by brute force. And they added two guys that are absolutely like that is their brand of hockey, So you think about Barkov.
Goaltending could be an issue.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So for some reason, they really don't like Bobrovsky. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about this before, but like, why are you looking to move him? He's your guy, but I guess not.
He's 38 and wants a 6-year contract. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Back-to-back cups with a final trip the other time. Like, you just pay the man and move on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Who do they think they are? Vegas? You can't just do that.
Yeah, it's very Vegas-y. But I think with Barkov coming back, I mean, assuming Barkov's healthy, I think it's weird. It's not that. It's funny because he's the captain of the team. He's such a good player. He plays nothing like any of that, like persona would. You know what I mean? Like, but he's just so good defensively and responsible, and he's a big glue guy for how they operate. Pretty curious to see how they respond this year. But yeah, as of right now, they have no goalies signed to a contract.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They're just waiting on Hellebuck.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brady, I don't know. Like Brady was the big bad for a while, but like he hasn't really been that in Ottawa for a few years. Like when we play him as a Leaf, I think Matthew's got more skill and more grit, but he's also been more hurt, right? Like Matthew hasn't been healthy since the Four Nations, before the Four Nations.
So it's been a long time.
He's had a rough go, but I thought it was interesting that Matthew and Brady have kind of risen to celebrity status with like their podcast and like the behind the scenes stuff they've done.
Yeah.
And then their dad gets the nod to the Hockey Hall of Fame after all these years randomly.
Yeah.
Even though there's lots of better players waiting stats wise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I never even really thought of that, but you're
right. Like, why isn't Curtis Joseph in the Hall? Just saying. Anyway.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be afraid for that team. No matter who they sign in goal, they might be the big bad again, unfortunately.
Like, if I'm Paul Maurice, I'm like, first game, like, Tkachuk, Bennett, Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep.
So this is maybe going off the rails a little bit, but there's been all these high profile US players that want to jump ship from their Canadian teams. Quinn Hughes, Brady Tkachuk, Calgary has lost like half the roster over the last 5 years. But a lot of them, like Hellebuck wanting to leave, a lot of them comes back to this like group DM they have from the Olympics. And they're going to either the coach of the U.S. Olympic team or the GM of the Olympic team, being Minnesota's GM. I wonder if this gets brought up in like the future negotiating of like Olympic participation. Like the owners were afraid of like insurance issues before, travel issues before, making sure the players are treated and fed properly. Well, now you've got this like tampering mess of this group DM where it's luring all of these superstars away from their club teams to form not super teams, but you know what I mean? Like form under the head coach, form under the GM, form under the assistant coach. Yeah. I wonder if that ever comes back to play a part in this. Like what is going on here? Like when Brady came back after the Olympics, his reception in Ottawa was not great. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But then news. So I'm going to say this and take it with a grain of salt because I've not seen an actual news source that's reputable comment on it. So this could all be smoke and mirrors and rumors, but I've seen it on 3 different sites now that Brady had apparently told his teammates years ago that he wasn't planning on re-signing. So, I mean, he was already checked out before all of this happened. And then you've got the cold reception coming back. And I think the playoff performance, was he like 007 in the playoffs this last spring?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Weird stuff's happening. Makes me scared. I only think of this because of Matthews, right? Like I am scared of Matthews also getting that itch to go. Now, obviously playing in Toronto is a little different than some other markets in Canada. No offense, but you know what I mean? It is different. And then you hear like maybe Werenski in Columbus, his only Canadian destination he's apparently willing to entertain talks to is Toronto because of Matthews, like because he played for him in the Olympic team. Like, anyway, weird stuff afoot. But I'll take off my tinfoil hat for now and we'll get back to the regularly scheduled pod.
Well, yeah, but well, just like I guess to comment on it, I thought the same. I've always found it like before Quinn Hughes was first traded, it was like you looked at the American captains in Canada. It's like, man, how did that happen? Like, there's so many prominent U.S. players like playing in Canadian teams, and I think it kind of there's a bit of a crossover with like players getting more and more control. NMCs, no move clauses. We could spend a lot of time on that and the havoc that's kind of wreaked, and the same for American teams that are winning, that have no state tax and that everyone wants to go to. I think it all kind of crosses with that. Plus, we've never seen this generation of players play in international tournaments. Like it's been gone for so long that it's just different. I think in when we were growing up, hockey players felt more like they almost felt like lunch pail employee, blue collar types. They were just like, hey, my job's to go to work. My job's to go play for my team. And then when it came time to Olympics, they put those jerseys on and they played their hearts out for their countries. And when they went back to the regular schedule, no one talked about that. That wasn't really like a thing, So I think it's a bit of player control on the rise, negotiations through flat cap, which gave players a lot more control over that in exchange for monetary value. And the fact that there just so happens to be so many Americans in Canadian markets, I think it's kind of coming out. But Brady's a little bit a step above that. I mean, he's like Captain America, like he's on Jimmy Fallon and he's talking about Team USA. And it's just like, it's a little different with him. It's like a little step above. Like I can understand.
He was also bad with the media. Like when he came back to Ottawa, he could have just did the whole, like, this is the country I play for, whatever. But now I'm back. This is the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
Like, this is my team. But he fumbled the ball and then people jumped him for it.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's just a different generation.
On the flip side, too, you mentioned the Werenski thing, and he'd be willing to come to Toronto, which is positive. And then there's also the Larkin situation where he's on an American team and he wants to leave because there's a distrust in management to actually be able to put together a winning formula.
But guess where his teams were?
Yeah.
the coach of the U.S. national team, the GM of the national team.
Yep. So I don't know that's the Canadian market thing so much as the let's all get together.
Totally fair. Yep. You brought up no movement clauses. So of the 4 major leagues, sports leagues in North America, the NFL, the NBA, MLB, and NHL, how do you think the NHL ranks for most no movement clauses between those 4? I have the numbers here.
Way above. Triple.
So I couldn't even guess a number, but like I feel like NBA players seem like they have them because they can make demands, but I feel like they don't can
renegotiate contracts and stuff. There's a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Also, their money isn't guaranteed. Like they get hurt and the team can terminate their contract, whereas everything in the NHL is guaranteed money.
Right. So it's not apples to apples, I guess. So in my mind, it's like the NHL is kind of getting closer to the NBA. But I feel like in terms of contractually, I feel like this is a new thing that the NHL is sort of like doing.
So
the NHL doesn't get paid nearly as much as the guys do in the other leagues. So this is kind of their little cherry to.
Yes.
So the NBA has the least amount of no movement clauses of the 4 major sports. They have 2 in the entire league. And the reason for that is because the NHL restricts them heavily. So to negotiate one, you have to have been playing in the league for at least 8 years. So you have to be at least a UFA status if you were comparing it to the NHL. And you have to have been playing for your same team for at least 4 years before you can negotiate a no movement clause with that team. So you can't bring someone in and sign them to an NMC right away. Basically, superstars, veteran superstars are the only people that have them. All right, next up. So that was 2. The NFL, they have 8 across the league. Same thing, because their contracts aren't guaranteed. They can just be released at any time. If they get hurt, they can be reneged on. They can be terminated. So there's no real reason to sign them because you could just leave. MLB is next, which means, yes, the NHL is the top if you can figure it out. MLB has 35. So we've gone 2, 8, and 35. There are different ways that it happens. Like there's trade protection and 10-team lists that happen like automatically once you've had a certain number of services, but no such thing as like this exclusive no trade clause, except for these 35 people. The NHL. Approximately, so we don't even know for sure on this list, approximately 245 players have full or partial no movement clauses in the league. There's about 850 players in the league, so 1/4 of all players have some form of no movement clause or trade protection.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So do you think that gets brought up at the next CBA? Like the last CBA was done because it was rising revenues right after COVID. They didn't want to rock the boat, so it was just kind of greenlit and signed. There was a couple changes, but it wasn't drastic. I bet you this gets brought up in the next full CBA, like as a problem.
Yeah. And I mean, I would hope that with the cap going up, that you could say like, I don't know how much of this is a Pandora's box thing where it's like, you know, now that
once you got it, how do you take it away? Right?
Exactly. So, but it's interesting you say that. I'm just clicking around different teams here on Puckpedia, and if you read
half the players have the little symbol beside them.
It's like most of the players. It's a lot. You're right. I never really, I guess, thought of the amount of it, but
so like you said, that gives all of the leverage to the players. Like you said, in the flat cap era, you couldn't pay them more money. So the negotiating tactic was trade protection.
Yeah.
With the cap going up, maybe you go back to big dollar amounts, but less protection. I'm going to steal this question from 32 Thoughts. Somebody asked Kyle and Elliot, like with Hellebuck, he has a no move clause and he demanded a trade, just like Larkin. And this caller was questioning, like, well, if he does that, should it just void their no movement clause like completely? Because like they have now asked for a trade. Now, apparently the Jets went to Hellebuck and asked for teams, and he gave them like 2 or 4 teams or something like that. And so they came back to him and they're like, could you give us more options? And they were like, no. So it's like, you're just like, at that point, you're handcuffing we've seen, you're handcuffing the org. So this caller was like, well, if you demand it, it should void the part of your contract that limits it, right? Like, anyway, I could see teams just being the bad guy and not trading people. Like, they're just going to put their foot down and be like, you know what? I'm not trading you. I'm not trading you, Larkin. You could be salty here. You could be mad, but like, you signed a contract.
That's kind of what Yzerman was saying there on the weekend.
Yeah.
And Yzerman would be the kind of guy that would do that, because he doesn't get out negotiated. It's like, no, we gave you something, you negotiated it. That's part of the deal.
Yep.
That's
essentially
deal,
what he
right?
said.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm aware that I'm aware of the situation, but he signed a contract and it's my job to do what's best for the Detroit Red Wings. Meaning if the trade sucks, I ain't doing it. And he's under contract to play here. So
my captain.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we talked about some of the trades, but we didn't talk about them all because there's too many. Colorado had a few trades. Colton.
Yeah. It's
who else? Looking through the list here.
Jack Drury, who signed today.
Jack Drury, yep.
And I guess Valeri Nichushkin's gone to Columbus. None of those I'm too surprised with. Colton was a healthy scratch to start the playoffs. First time in his career he was healthy scratched. One of those guys that'll go through a stretch where he'll score in a bunch of games and disappear for 20 or 30 and so the writing was kind of on the wall. Jack Drury was going to be RFA. He just signed 5 years with Nashville for like $4.5 million, and Colorado has 600 centers that are all paid a lot of money. So he had to go. It's too bad because he centered the fourth line, which is consistently the best line through the whole playoffs. They were the one thing that was going consistently. So it's too bad to see him go. He was a big part of that Rantanen deal. I mean, everyone talks about Natchez, but and Nichushkin last, certainly not least. I mean, that's bittersweet for me. I mean, he's had that guy's had quite a rocky road in his career, but like I have such romantic memories of 2022. The way that guy played, man, he was like such a monster it's the personal struggles. He really injured his ankle and his skating never quite returned. You see flashes of it here and there, but he just hasn't really been the same player. So it makes sense. But yeah, Joe Sakic can trade with other teams.
Not just Nashville, eh?
Not just Chris McFarland at Nashville. He does trade with Columbus. But that's really funny. It was like they did like 3 deals. It was all in Nashville, Colorado. And it's like, I think that's a little bit of McFarland saying like, it's kind of funny. I pictured them arguing, being like, well, listen, you don't believe in that guy, but I do. So trade him with me.
Or when they were in Colorado, they looked at their roster and they're like, oh, this team might want this guy because they're short on that.
Well, exactly.
McFarland became the head of that team. And he's like, hey,
he knows.
I want that guy now.
Yeah. I wish I could have been like, to hear how that conversation went would have been really interesting for me. But
the first phone call. Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah.
How come that worked out so friendly, but like when Trey Living comes to Toronto, it's like Calgary's not going to trade with him.
Yeah, there was some bitterness going on there.
Well, it wasn't really friendly the way he left Calgary, right?
No.
Right? Like it wasn't.
No. And they also were left with a lot of real bad contracts. So I guess that's just his MO.
Yeah.
Morgan Riley.
Yeah. Man. Well, I would like to get into that in Radish at some point, but we can. Yeah, I don't know if you want to get into that now or not, but that was a big trade. That was the big trade that kind of kicked them all off, really.
Dude, Toronto's been killing it.
Yeah,
like,
it was all Toronto.
Look at this list here. We got Toronto and Philly, sending Joseph Wall and Benoit over, getting back. We talked about this in the last pod. Getting back Ersson, Andre, and a third-round pick in this draft. We've since shipped Ersson, which we didn't think we were going to keep anyway. We've shipped him off to Ottawa for a 2027 fifth round. So just get him out of the system. But we did tender a qualifying offer today to Andre, so it seems like we're going to try to keep him as a defenseman. What else do we do? We got rid of Carlo, which is great. So Carlo should have never been a Leaf to begin with for the price that was paid. But thanks for your service, buddy. Don't let the door hit you,
man. You know, it's tough, man. Like there was, like the drop off is insane.
Well,
like, I know,
it's funny because so when I like a good buddy of mine is a big Bruins fan, and whenever we played, I'd always comment on how Carlo was just like deleting the front of the net. Like our team could never get near the front of the net. And then he comes to our team and that's not his MO anymore. Like he wasn't super tough in front of the net anymore. And he wasn't super tough. And it's like, what happened? Did I just remember things differently? Was it
that's just
earlier in your career?
Just
like,
wild. It's a wild drop off. Like I know it was a big pay, but like, you know, no one expected that.
But listen, if we didn't make that deal, we would never be able to tank for McKenna. And we wouldn't be here. So sorry, Fraser Minton. You can come back anytime. I'd love to have you on our team, but like, thanks for your service, I guess. Like, and then Radish, the big sign and trade seemed really popular this year. Alex Tuck did it. Radish did it.
Just destroying free agency.
Just destroying free agency. All the networks are like, oh no, on July 1st, what are we going to do? But what's important to note is the CBA changes to make 8-year deals even not possible. They're going to 6 years and 7 years versus 7 and 8 years. So if people want 8 years, they have to sign and trade them now, basically, because if you trade for a player, even for a 1-year deal, you can't sign into an 8-year until after the trade deadline or whatever, and then the new CBA is in effect or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the move. Sign and trade. So you got Radish for 8 years, which I don't love giving brand new people 8 years, but especially after one breakout season.
I want to set you guys up here. Well, I guess that's kind of was one of them, but how do you feel about that? So he has one breakout season and they hand him it's a lot of money. It's hard to judge because we don't know if he's going to do this all the time. Great. So how do you feel about that versus also like, is this is he supposed to be the Morgan Riley replacement? What's his dynamic with Riley here? Does this mean Riley's on the way out now? This guy's here. Like what do you think's going on there?
He's going to be the big shot on the power play. So Riley's
which we haven't had in a decade, probably.
Yeah. So Riley's definitely not on the power play if he stays. Currently he'd be your top pairing D. Unless Werenski decides to come.
Oh, could you imagine? Just the bow on the cake at that point. Like, Jake, we might as well start designing Jake's statue at that point. It's going to be needed.
We just won't talk about what we would have to give up to make that happen.
Yep.
Riley replacement.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Riley around. He will be still on the team. He will not be on PP1 with Radish around. Just that's how it is. So our defense is usually pretty low scoring. So you said Radish had a breakout year this year, which he did. He had 70 points, 22 goals, 40 assists, 70 points, which obviously would have put him above and beyond any Leafs defenseman this past season. Look back the year before, he had 37 points. And the year before that, he had 33 points. That would put him only behind OEL with 39 points if he played on Toronto at that time. So in his previous 2 years, he still outscored every defenseman we had, except this past year we had one that was 2 points above him. So 70 points is a breakout, but also his last 2 seasons would still be the best on the Leafs. So
put it that way.
And even if he's not putting up the numbers scoring constantly, just having him as a threat on the power play, opening up Matthews and Nylander more.
Yeah.
That alone is a bonus. And the 8-year contract, not a huge fan, but I really don't care beyond the first couple of years anyway right now.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get through it. We got to get through a Matthews extension as that's the bar, right?
Yeah, the team doesn't exist beyond 2 or 3 years right now.
Because if he walks out the door, it doesn't matter the contracts. It's a full rebuild. It's a tear it down, even with McKenna, because he'll be 20 at the time or 21. So build around him from the ground up, right? That's your guy now.
The interesting thing too, Radish, he's not a rookie. He's a late bloomer. He's 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pro seasons. So he got into the league at 25. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one of those kind of Sam Malinsky's had a bit of he's broken out Colorado. Same thing, right? He was a late college signing, and then just he's whatever clicked, and now he's working in the NHL. What I'm looking at, other than I guess now this Emil Andre is 24. Radish is the second youngest at 30. You have Riley at 32, McCabe 32, Tanev 36, OEL 34, and Troy Stetcher, who's coming back at 32.
Troy's boys, baby, are back. Let's go. I'm so excited for that. That might be my favorite signing so far of this offseason.
Yeah, but it's a mature defense core there.
But defensemen need to mature. You've got the Schaefers of the world and the Hudsons and all that jazz. But most rock solid defense cores kind of old. When Victor Hedman came in, he was not a good defenseman. Now look at him, right? It's just they take time, right?
How old was the Hurricanes blue line this year?
I don't know.
Not as old as it would have been at Brent Burns State, I guess, but
yes.
Who re-signed in Colorado for 1 year? I saw it today. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for the Iron Man to be a big controversy. So excited for that. So
you don't have Babcock, so he's not going to sit him with the one game, game before.
Yeah. So the Hurricanes, Keandre Miller is 26. He's actually older than I thought. I thought he was a young guy still that they just got from New York.
Yeah.
But he's so Slavin 32, Sean Walker, former Av, who I miss, 31.
He's only
Shane
31.
Gostisbehere. Yeah. Yeah.
How old's the
Shane
Ghost?
Gostisbehere, 33.
Wow.
Jalen Chatfield, the guy with the big bushy hair there, 30. And as part of the flurry of trades, John Carlson.
The rights to John Carlson. The rights. They haven't signed him yet.
He's not. He is here listed as a UFA.
Until July 1st.
Yeah, that's right.
He is a Carolina Hurricane now. Yeah.
The rich get richer. Holy smokes.
So he is 36. Obviously, he did not play in Stanley Cup playoffs, but just for comparison, Keandre Miller is the only young buck they got there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What did you guys think about Dorofeyev getting moved?
My thing with that is how did Vegas get that much value for a guy that they knew they weren't going to be able to re-sign?
So to catch everybody up, they got the 2026 first round pick from the Rangers, so 26th overall, a 2026 third round pick, number 92, and a 2028 first round pick, top 10 protected. Like, how did you get that for an RFA that you weren't going to resign?
I know. And
I think they were super scared that it was going to be an offer sheet put out for him.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to sign him, but they actually would have got
Prime
more
candidate
through
for an offer sheet.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he signed for like what he signed for, they actually would have got more through the offer sheet than what they got there, which is hilarious. But
yeah. That's
Vegas wants to do it on their terms. So
the last three top
way.
scorers for Vegas were moved on from. I forget the list, but it's like Pacioretty, Dorofeyev, and then one other person I forget. But the last three free agents or RFAs to lead the team in scoring, they just let walk.
Yeah, crazy.
They're a different
like
team,
Vegas,
man, and yet they're here every year.
I know. But like you look, right? Like, so I'm looking at Dorofeyev's previous contract. He was at 1.8 million, and Vegas got he's been in the Vegas organization since 21-22.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the rare Vegas draft pick.
Well,
that's true. You know, when I think of Vegas, I think of just the incredible homegrown talent that they developed. Legendary. But like, talk about Max, like, so he signed for 24-25 and then up until this year, so 2-year deal at 1.8 million. He played it was his first 2 full seasons, 35 goals the previous year and then 37 goals this year. And now he's due for a great big raise. So they're like, nope, that was good for us.
See ya.
We got the value we needed out of you, and let's get out of here. 11 million.
Incredible.
Yeah, 11 million. They wouldn't have come close. I just couldn't believe. I was like, maybe Drury didn't know. Like, he didn't know that he had to sign him like for this year. Yeah.
What other trades caught your eyes? Another one for me was Bowen Byram getting moved. It's like Buffalo makes the playoffs for the first time in 15 billion years. Let's trade everybody. Tuck's gone. Byram's gone. Greenway's gone. It's like, whatever.
They were like, no, we were cup or bust the whole time.
Yeah. Like, no matter how many things change, still the Sabres. Nobody wants to play for them.
Like, it was...
Or maybe they were like, hey guys, Chicago's going to give us the pick.
Oh yeah, haha. No, really, like they're going to do it if I got to tell them.
I don't really blame Buffalo for this.
No,
Like,
I know what you mean.
They won. Like, what's the stat? The last time a top 5 pick went for a player was like 25 years ago or something like that. Like, it just never happens because those players don't become available. So
right. Yeah, it was more the shock was like Chicago, like, whoa, what are you doing? So I guess the interesting thing is they end up swapping 4th overall pick defenseman. It's just now
for a prospect defenseman.
Right.
Yeah.
So now Buffalo has a younger one. Like, they were drafted the same place. It was and I don't know. It's one of those things that it seems crazy. It could work out either way. If this guy turns into a superstar for Buffalo, then we're laughing about it. But maybe Chicago said, hey, like, it's a good young player that he's. The other thing about Byram is he's never had a chance to be the guy. He gets drafted by the Avalanche a couple years after they draft Makar. And then they get Devon Taves to play with Makar. So there's your first pair. He's never running a power play there. So he gets traded to Buffalo. You think, oh, he's got a chance here.
I'm going to keep me going, but like in his first game in Buffalo, he was on like the power play. And do you remember him like telling his teammates, like, start skating, like start moving around? Like, what are you doing?
Oh man, I could picture it.
Like,
he was like, no, go like over.
Yeah, from the Avs to a really bad Sabres team. He was just like putting his arms up on his first power play. Like, what is going on?
What is going on here? It was the funniest thing in the world. He was like telling them what to do. The new young, like anyway, and they'd never had that, but like it was hilarious. But like but he's still like they invested in Owen Power and Rasmus Dahlin, so he ends up playing on the second pair, and he's not getting the same opportunities. And I wonder if Kyle Davidson said, like, no, you're going to come here and you're going to be our guy. And we're going to give you like all the runway in the world to be our guy here. And, it's a gamble, but it might pay off. I'm sure Byram, if anybody's actually probably pretty excited about it. So,
yeah, we talked earlier about how like defensemen take longer to mature. So you've got Bedard, who's now, turning into a veteran. I know it's only been a few years, but like it's his team and he's getting up there. That sounded really bad. He's not actually that old, but you know what I mean.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I get
but instead of drafting and resetting on a defenseman prospect, get someone who is already sort of established, like you said. So like Byram's going to come in a little more mature than a prospect who might take a few years to find his footing as a defenseman. So it really could go either way, but it was definitely a shock when it came across the wire.
Oh,
the fourth overall pick is.
It was like it was one of those like.
But we knew the draft dropped off after the first two, so we thought there'd be picks in play, right? Like San Jose was listening for number 2, maybe not seriously, but obviously the number 9 pick moved with Ottawa, right? Ottawa with the number 9 pick. Anyway, and then Byram, like picks moved. Oh no, it was Ottawa for Eklund. Sorry, gave up the 9 pick. So like we had multiple picks in the top 10 trade, which almost never see. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah. And it's like Gary's point. It's just because they all have time now. They're all at home. They get time to talk about.
And I don't mean traded like in the past, like when we traded Minton and almost gave up a first round pick, except it was top 5. Like, I mean, like literally pick for pick traded. Like I will give you right now the 4th overall pick for that defenseman.
Yeah.
The Buffalo thing too, like it's weird because the Atlantic right now is such an arms race. Florida, we've talked all about that. Ottawa loses Tkachuk, goes out and gets Eklund. They're probably not done yet trying to replace him. Toronto gets Radish. Montreal's still incredible. And then Buffalo is just sending everybody out the door. And then you would
think
the other teams
would talk.
Hey, they got defenseman Olin Zellweger.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't sell them short.
So then you think like the other teams would read the tea leaves and be like, well, somebody's got to be at the bottom. We might as well hit the rebuild button. But like Detroit's holding on to Larkin.
Yeah.
Boston's going out picking up Peterka.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's arming up. Nobody's folding.
Yeah. It's sorry, I'm looking too, just because we've been made this little theme here. Buffalo's defenseman Rasmus Dahlin, age 26, Owen Power, 23, Matthias Samuelsson, 26, elder statesman Connor Timmins, 27.
Leafs legend Connor Timmins. Okay, give him the respect he deserves.
Yeah, and then they have. Well, Luke Shen and Logan Stanley are UFAs, but Luke Shen was 36, far and away, like almost 10 years older than the next youngest guy. I guess Logan Stanley's 28. Anyway, it's just and you look at the way they play, age makes a difference.
Yeah. Watching them in the playoffs, I would say if I was the management in Buffalo, I would be looking at Dahlin in the playoffs and how emotional he was getting at times, and maybe try to bring in a steady veteran presence for him to lean on a little bit.
Yeah.
Heard Morgan Riley's around.
Oh no, man. You don't wish for that. Oh man.
He'd have the greatest season of his life.
Yeah.
I would almost just get it over with and trade him in division because that's what seems to happen anyway. Like, Colorado gets rid of Rantanen. He ends up back in Dallas. Washington sends Carlson across the country, and now he's back in Carolina.
He's back in Carolina. Across the river. Yeah.
Speaking about Dallas, Jay, the other rumored Werenski team would be the Dallas Stars.
I know.
What would that be like having McCarr, Hughes, and Werenski all
division.
Right there?
Yeah. Well, that's all right because they're going to lose Robertson, right? He's not going to
Why does he hate Seattle? Why does he hate Seattle? Like,
poor Seattle.
Hey, Gary, I'll give you $120 million to go live in Vancouver for 7 years. just to live there.
Sounds
and then you can do whatever you want.
That's quite a way to put a thing like that.
Do you accept it?
Yeah,
seems like I should.
Yeah, like how do you not do that? Like
he's not the first. That's Panarin was offered Seattle as well.
Yeah, I feel bad for Seattle fans. It's like, we're going to get Panarin. No, we're not. We're going to get Robertson. No, we're not.
No.
We got Bobby McMahon.
Man, and they even have, like, you talk about the state tax thing, right? Like they don't have it either. And they're an expansion
not for
team. Like,
2 more years, right?
Oh yeah, I guess it's changing.
Then it's going to be the millionaire tax.
Yeah, it's a 10% tax or 9.9% tax for whatever.
Right.
So that 120 million becomes 108 million.
But I think they said even Robertson's, they were front loading it so much that almost didn't matter.
They were putting giant signing bonuses on the first 2 years to try to give him most of his money in the first 2 years so that he wouldn't be hit by it. And he's just like, no,
I'm
good.
It's just like they have a level playing field with Vegas in terms of expansion teams. And it looked like it was going to, like with their first season, it looked like they were going to kind of do a similar thing. But I think it kind of backs up. Yeah, I think it backs up the point that, like, I just don't know. I still don't quite know what Seattle is as a team. Like, they kind of had an identity to start, but they've gone through a bunch of coaching changes now. But like, Vegas has kind of gone through the same thing, except they've gone on deep playoff runs. They have this reputation now.
Their identity hasn't changed, though. Their identity is still the bunch of cast-offs that
that type of idea. Yeah.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Seattle is kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah.
We talked on our trade deadline that they need to score this superstar, this bona fide superstar.
Right.
They can't. They're literally backing up the Brinks trucks to them, and they're like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah. And they had, like, like they haven't really hit on any of the draft picks. Like it's like you said, poor Seattle. Jeepers.
Bobby McMahon.
I was just going to say, except for Bobby McMahon. Yeah.
So what does happen with Robertson?
I was just about to ask you that.
I read tonight that Dallas and him and his camp are still working on it. They're trying to close the gap, but I don't know, man.
Such a weird vibe with him, man. It's like he's this superstar that people like.
I want to be paid like the superstar that I am, but I want to stay here in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I want both.
What they offer him, $12 million or something? Is that the amount they gave him?
I think I think it was not more than Rantanen, and Rantanen's $12 million.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we're looking at this all wrong. Maybe he doesn't want money or to be the superstar. Maybe he wants to play with his brother Nick in Toronto. And so Chaika should call up Dallas and be like, "Hey, we'll take him off your hands for I don't know, $5 million a season or something."
Yeah. Tell you what, give you a no move clause.
246th of the league.
Yeah. I would be happy if he was just. There's been a couple players kind of leaving the West, and I'm like, more of that, please. That'd be great.
So do you guys, do you know how the RFA stuff works? If they don't sign him, does it automatically go to arbitration?
Yeah. Does he have arb rights?
I think if they don't all have arb rights.
No.
I don't know. I think most of them do. Like he does. So yeah, I don't think
he does have arbitration rights. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it gets to UFA, right? Like I think that you got to go to the.
So the arbitrator will rule, and it's like a binding ruling that the Dallas Stars will have to pay him X number of dollars for X number of years, and they can say no, and then he's a UFA.
Okay, so
so it can't turn into the Nylander type thing where he just sits out until Christmas and
no.
Yeah, I think that's different.
End of the entry level. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of the restricted part of it, I guess. But
so eligibility for RFAs with arb rights. Generally, players are 3 to 4 plus years of experience, but are not like UFA eligible. So UFA eligible is 27 years old or X number of years of service. This is another one. I'm just seeing if, there's a walkaway provision. If the arbitrator awards the player an AAV that exceeds a specific annual threshold, the team has the right to walk away. So given that he would earn more than that, the threshold last year was $4.8 million. So the arbitrator should award him more than that. So the Stars would be allowed to say no to that. And then he would become a
just
UFA.
Walks.
Yeah. But it is, I got it wrong when I said it is binding arbitration and that the arbitrator will rule and the team must give him that amount. But if it exceeds the threshold that is set by the league, doesn't matter who you are, it's not like a sliding scale based on whatever. If it's, say, more than $5 million, then the Stars can walk away from it.
It's just interesting because, I mean, this is June 29th. I mean, July 1st is pretty close. So if you're gonna figure it out, you better do it quick here. But
hey, man, I like the chaos being not in Toronto. So all the power to you, Dallas. Go for it, bud.
Yeah. It's always fun if it doesn't work out there and he has to go somewhere else. I would love him to not be in the Central. That'd be fantastic.
What if he gets signed by Colorado?
Yeah. We got $5.6 million in cap space. Will you come here? Will you come here for $5.6 million?
I mean, you just signed a new Makar the other day. You could give him away too.
Yeah. Makar for 2 years, league minimum, team player.
I didn't realize Jamie Benn is a UFA this year. He's their captain in Dallas.
I believe he is. Last I heard about that, he is not coming back.
Oh,
I think they told him that they're not going to re-sign him. I
they could have re-signed him last summer, so they haven't yet. So that lines up,
exactly. Right? Like what? Like they're just going to July 1st figure. Like, you know what I mean? So
it's too bad the Panthers got Brady Tkachuk because I could see that boy in a Panthers jersey.
Oh no! Let me just fall on you and cross-check you in the throat while I'm going down. Whoops! I didn't know what I was doing.
Man, I tell you, Jamie Benn is the dude is legit. Like he has some like anger in his soul, man. That guy is an angry dude.
You know what? Jamie Benn, that is Gavin McKenna protection insurance.
There you go. I don't think that would be so bad. I mean, he is really not like
way more than what you should, but
yeah,
you're paying Gavin McKenna insurance.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Like I think the year that Jamie Benn won the, you remember when we used to talk like Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin, right? They were the two.
Yeah.
I think the year he won the Art Ross, he won it with like 87 points. Like it was just a different league then, right? And then he's never even been really close to that again. So, I mean, I see him all the time. I mean, he's not quite he is a bit of a shell of his former self, but you know, you talk about the veteran guy, he's that. So, I don't know. Is there any other like I guess Werenski, Robertson, see if something's going to happen there. Maybe Hellebuck. Something happens there, but like
Hellebuck is the curious one.
Yeah.
I mean, Winnipeg has to get a goalie back, right? like you have to get something that can play net, right?
Yeah.
Was it he accepted a trade to Buffalo and then things fell through or something?
Yeah, that's what I read too.
Saying.
Yeah. And I forget what it was that changed, but yeah, he had accepted it, I guess. But
I feel like there'd be a short list of teams that he wants to go to and a short list of teams that could take him.
Yeah.
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 I really want to know where. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the only comment I want, like, we talk all the time about a lack of premium goalies being available.
Yeah.
And like big name, like, you know, Shesterkin was the last kind of a big high profile contract when he got that, and it's like you think of them as unmovable, and here we are talking about Hellebuck, who just signed, like he signed through 2031.
Yep.
At $8.5 million.
It's the group chat, man. It's tampering. Literally. I'm not joking. Like, it's a problem.
You also have a team that just won the Stanley Cup with a goalie they claimed off waivers.
Yeah, it's true. And you've got the Flyers signed Dan Vladar, didn't they?
They extended him, yeah. So him and Wool are going to be the tandem there. Joseph Wool.
Well, Dan Vladar was like the random backup in Calgary for a long time. And then,
yep.
And then now he's, I don't know, man. Goalies.
Darth Vladar.
Yeah. Just to your point, Gary, I mean, you know, claim a guy in waivers. Who cares?
If only that could work out for the Oilers. They've tried so many times.
But they really haven't tried the waiver lie. They just trade for other bad goalies and think they'll be better.
Yeah. Was Connor Ingram a waiver pickup, or was he? I thought he was a waiver pick. I don't remember. But yeah. Anyways, we got 2 days until July 1st. And I don't know. We'll see if any more sign and trades happen in the next day or so.
Who's the big names on the board for July 1st now?
Who knows?
I don't think
Patrick Kane.
Let's take a look here.
I guess John Carlson hasn't technically signed yet.
Yeah. I guess Rasmus Anderson is not signed.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that when that trade happened. It feels like it was ages ago now, but and we already talked about John Carlson, Jacob Trouba, solid defenseman so far. Ooh, and then at number 4, Anthony Mantha.
The name, he's there every year. He's there.
Yep, I know.
He's either being traded or a UFA.
Yeah, every list.
He's like Thomas Tatar back in the day. Played for traded every trade deadline. He was traded.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a UFA here that Edmonton might be interested in. Stuart Skinner.
Could you imagine?
Florida.
And then we'll win the cup.
Yeah. But like I'm at number 7 here. I'm at Jaden Schwartz. Number 8, Mason. This is Sportsnet's ranking, I guess. But number 8, Mason Marchment. And then at number 9, Sergei Bobrovsky. That seems
low.
Yeah, seems low.
He's 38.
Yeah. Coming off a $10 million deal. Crazy.
He was the first $10 million goalie to win the cup.
Yes, that's right. No, there's not well, you know what? Coming in at number 12, Alex Ovechkin. Technically a UFA.
Technically not wrong. Yep. The leading goal scorer in NHL history.
You imagine? Yeah.
A new captain of your Toronto Maple Leafs, Alex Ovechkin.
Alex Ovechkin. Oh, man.
If there was any doubt about Matthews leaving, it would be right then. He would cheat out the door. We're stripping you the captaincy. Oh, to give it to JT? No, to give it to Alex Ovechkin.
Alex
Ovechkin. You were right, Jeremy. Connor Ingram was waived this year by Utah and picked up by Edmonton. So you were totally right. I forgot that. So
you can't all be Brandon Bussey, I guess.
I mean, we picked up Caden Primo or something like that off waivers.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's I don't know. I feel like there's lots more we could get into, but you know, we'll have to come back.
Let's talk about it after July 1st.
Yeah, exactly.
Because who are the free agents? I don't know. Maybe Robertson's a free agent. I don't know. We don't know. No one knows.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah. Also, stay tuned. If you're still listening, we will have at some point after all this chaos, I'll have a special guest interview. I'll put it out there now. I won't say who, but we'll have a guest interview coming up that pretty excited about. So I just have to wait and see who it is. You have to keep your ears out. So
not Tyson, is it?
I really want to do that, though.
Thanks for coming on the show, Tyson. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, stay tuned, folks. See, and we'll be back with some more thoughts on the regular season once it's officially over at July 1st. And until then, keep your stick on the ice.